Now the important thing to know when you look at any of these true complementary colors is why is it important to know complements. First of all, there's something called successive contrast or after image. And we hear artists talk about put a little warm in the cool, or your eye seeks a balance through the opposite. Well, what does that mean? This has all been deduced because of this idea of successive contrast. If you've ever seen studies of a white wall with a red circle on it, your eye, if you stare at it for a while, and then you turn to another white wall, your eye will see a green circle. So they deduce that your eye seeks a balance through the opposite. So when you put a little warm in the cool in the shadow and vice versa, it's going to enhance, enliven the color in the painting. And I'm just going to take the red and the green, which is the Richardson green or the phthalocyanine green, and the quinacridone rose. And I'll mix these two. At a certain point I should be able to get an absolute dull lifeless color, which is a neutral. And we're going to keep that, just that neutral, and start right with that color and move right across on this study and just work with this and leave the white. This is just going to be a simple mountain form that's going to be rhythmic and pull right through. Keep that right at a neutral. See how I can get that just absolutely to a neutral color. And then we're going to take that and move it just a touch to the green side, but very much in the semi-neutral range. And just pull this, leaving a little bit of that texture. And just move it right into this. Maybe push it a little to the rose. So I'm working in the center of the color intensity. And just move it right through there. Charge some of this in. Move it down and take it all the way down to the bottom of the composition. Maybe I'll warm the rose up a little more down in through here, you see. So I'm just popping that, pushing it right through. And then, before I go too far, clean the palette, introduce a little of the green. And get that lined up and put some of that in. That way I ensure, or remind myself, that I've got some red and some pure hue green, even though they might not be equal. You see, as I glaze over this, I'm just going to remind myself to save some of that green in with the red. Now, I'm going to take that red and push it just a little more and lay some of that further down into here. We'll just push that in there. So I've got this pure hue really pushing in. Let some of that move right through there and just take some of it down. So a lot of this is going to be taken out, neutralized. You see, by glazing in from one color to the next, I will gray out. You see, that just grays that color down below. So that's what I'm after.